Yeah, you said you thought that should be a big story. I actually think this one is here should be a big story as well. I wonder if it's going to be picked up on tomorrow. I've got no audio video for this. I've just got the story on stuff. Fewer police officers in New Zealand with only 9 months to meet the target of 500 more. 14 months ago, the government promised to deliver 500 extra police officers. There are fewer cops in the country with just 9 months remaining to meet the target. Police Association President Chris Cahill said the figures are, quote, pretty depressing, adding it would require a large uplift in the number of recruits in the next few months for the target to be achieved. Associate Police Minister Casey Costello said taking a monthly snapshot can be misleading. Probably what she meant was can be unhelpful to our narrative, but she said misleading. Adding police were doing, quote, a huge amount of work to drive recruitment. She remained, quote, confident there would, okay, this is interesting. Ready for this? There would be an increase in overall numbers soon. An increase. So now if they get one more, they're going to be, well, there's been an increase. The latest police news magazine includes a graph showing that on November 27, 2023, when the government signed the coalition agreement, there were 10,211 constabulary staff compared to 10,139 as of January 27, 2025. The numbers do not include vacancies. At the time the agreement was signed, there were 227 vacancies. And so I found that for you. This is the document. So there you go. So this is policeassociation.org.nz. This is their actual document. And this is the graph that they were referring to, November 2023, 10,211. And look, that got down to 10,066. So they lost 150, and now they're up to 10,139. Going for their target.
The longer it goes, the steeper it gets.
10,711. Costello told Stuff figures from early February showed that there were roughly 10,193 full-time equivalent constables and 311 recruits currently going through training. All right, so let's add 311. Well, that's nice. Look, 11 makes 50. So that's 10,450. Still a long way short of 10,711. 10,450 if they all pass and they all move forward. I don't know what the failure rate's going to be. So you might be surprised to learn, Chewie, that Mark Mitchell, I know he bet his job on something. Didn't he bet his job on crime going down, that he'd quit if it didn't? Did he put this out there for if we don't get 500 new police officers? But they need, as we stand right now, they were looking to have 500 new police officers. And as we stand, they need about 600.
Well, I think even the language of the 500 new cops, wasn't it just 500 more cops?
Yeah.
Or was it specifically new?
No, that has been, I didn't highlight it, but I did read it. That has been cleared up. It talked about net 500. They've made that sort of clear that it is actually, it is actually in addition to what there was. So that has been said. Mind you, even though it's been said, doesn't mean that they're not going to change it at any one stage. So once again, you know, this government's very quickly turned, I'm not even going to say turning, I'll use past tense, has turned into overpromise, underdeliver. And it's another one. It's another one.
Yeah, I mean, you could solve that two ways, hiring more cops or retaining the cops that you've got. Now, they're not retaining the ones that they've got because they keep on dicking them around on pay, and Australian states are able to swoop in and go, hey, fucking come over here, we've got the money. So they're not keeping the experience, and they're not attracting new cops at the numbers that they want. So the options there are pay to retain the ones you have, or lower the standards of the people coming in. Not a great binary.
Just to confirm for you, Police Minister Mark Mitchell, it's even on the graph, the police will deliver 500 net more police officers on the beat in 2 years. So yeah, it's in addition to 10,211, so it's 10,711. And Mitchell has said net. So that is what, I mean, that may not be what it ends up being, but that's what they have said pretty clearly. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Mr. Arvid says 311 people go to Australia. Everyone must go.
Hey, we've mentioned this a couple of times tonight, why certain things aren't a bigger story than we think that they should be.
Yeah.
Do you think that that ties in with the announcement from today of yet more new staff hitting the bricks? Have you seen
we
that
talked
story?
to we talked to Simon about that off here. It wasn't secret, but it's like, I think he said 30 are going from NZME. I think he kind of said, not me yet.
Yeah. But it's that's part of the thing, right? That's what we're talking about. Like, regardless of what you think of mainstream media, it's still people hunting stories, and there's less and less people doing it. There's less and less people producing those news stories, writing those news stories, fact checking, all of that sort of stuff. That's all going down the tubes. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of people out of the New Zealand news media landscape over the last year.
I suspect this story in particular, right? The police officers having fewer officers. It came out at nearly 4:30 this afternoon, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was a focal point for the media tomorrow. Obviously, Sam Sherwood here has either had a tip or has seen for himself this graph, and that was the essence of this story. So I suspect that we're reporting it firstish because someone only highlighted it at close to 5 o'clock this afternoon or whatever.
Cool. So we can look forward to, hopefully tomorrow, Mark Mitchell somehow trying to blame gangs for that.